Do you see something wrong with this? I can't read. Whiteboards suck. Let's get rid of them. The amount of effort going into this is ridiculous. I'm shaking the table. But if you want the solution, you're gonna have to do one little thing for me. These are house slippers. Do not judge the fact that they are not laced up. When I have to physically erase things off of a whiteboard, I get mad, but I'm not only mad because I'm erasing it, and it's ridiculously annoying and hard to erase things on a whiteboard, as you saw. I might have gotten a little angry about it. But you also don't have a place to store this information for later. What am I gonna do, take a picture of it? That sounds gross. Lucky for us, we have Scrintal. Scrintal is a new app that makes thinking and writing visual. It's a web app that combines mind mapping with the power of network note-taking. Organize and connect all of your thoughts in one place, as if Miro and Obsidian had a baby. To get started, we can press create board here, and it successfully creates a new board. And then we have cards and boards. So if I create a new card, this is essentially a text item here where we can put in different things like images, PDFs, videos, and it is essentially a markdown system with backslash capabilities. So for example, if I wanted to build a framework on how to create a better video through storytelling, /h1, new storytelling YouTube system. Then I can write heading 3, the 3 parts of a story, then put some things like, you see that it does a markdown of numbering. Then I could do setup, conflict, resolution. So then after I have this item, you'll see that what we can do is add a card to this board. So if we add a card to this board, you can see it can be a new one, or we can go back into here and see that it's the one that we just wrote. So now I wrote this little section here as a header, but obviously you can take this and put it as the header right here. And then this can be dragged around. And yes, I did just gratuitously show this so that I can show it can easily be dragged around and then highlighted and deleted. Now, if I hold Control and zoom it out, you can see that the entirety of this area ends up getting smaller or larger. And I also can press the Control-Shift-K functionality, and then you can search in your cards or boards. So say, for example, I put new storytelling, I can click on this open card, and if I press this location button, it finds where that was, and then if I open it up, it goes into the card itself. So if I back out, see right here, I can exit out, and then if I left click on it, it goes round and round. Now there is a nice alignment feature. So first of all, if I click M, or if I type M or click on this toggle to pan mode, I then can drag around, very similar to what other apps do in things like Miro. And if I press M again, it turns into the select option. I can drag this around. I'm gonna zoom back in on these guys. And if I wanted to, I can actually make sure that these are in alignment. As you can see, when I drag it into different directions, the alignment features are really nice on this. And I personally like the style of this overall and think that the overall layout looks pretty. So if I drag this and connect it. Now another great feature is that if I click on this guy, I can drag, and when I release this card, it'll connect to a new card. When I release this arrow, it'll connect to a new card. Then if I were to example, press duplicate, another one will be created with all of the information from the previous one. Now something that's really cool is that if I want to open up this more, I can do this and put a little double click action to work, which opens this up and makes it easier to edit. And then from there, I can say Act 1 and then setup. And then I can actually put a hashtag for Act 1. And you'll see right here, it creates a tag. This is where I was talking about where there was a baby situation between Obsidian and Miro because it has tags associated to it. And then there's a backlink system as well. Just like here, if I were to double click on this to open it up and do Act 2, conflict, Act 2, then I can grab this and then duplicate it. We'll create another one. And then from there, we can drag this and do Act 3 and resolution. Now say for example, I wanted to take this arrow. I can also connect this to different items that already exist. And I can do that as well for Act 3 and then drag all these and align them a little bit better. Then boom, we have a little bit of a more fleshed out board here. We also can press align or distribute to align these by distributing it vertically and horizontally. So boom, it's all nice and even here. Now for any of these, if I right click, I can toggle the layouts to change it between this kind of layout or a card layout that shows what's in there. And I also can, if I right click on one of these as well, change the color. So let's change this to yellow, let's change the color of this to blue, and boom, we have a multicolored setup as well. Now, any of these different boards that you create can be made to be public and shared with others. So then if we go here, we can actually publish this item so that if I press publish, all the cards, their content, everything will be public. So then if I go here and sent it here to a private window, it would share it to the public. So if you had some sort of brainstorm with different people, they would be able to see it out in the open. Now, Scrintal has an entire learning center in order to show you how these different things work, like tags and generally how to get started. And they also have some templates out there. So essentially with this public facing feature, it does give us the opportunity to create different example templates like some people in the community have done, which I think is great for sharing the different ways that we can use an online whiteboard. Now, pricing wise, it's to be determined what the free version is going to give you, but you can get this for lifetime for $239, or you can pay $5 a month and get unlimited boards, cards, file uploads, real-time collaboration, and some one-on-one calls with the Scrintal team. I recommend trying this out for early access, as I haven't quite seen a tool do a better job of making me not want to throw what I'm brainstorming. Thanks again to Scrintal for sponsoring this video. Make sure to use my custom link down below and use Dimitri20 at checkout to get 20% off today. And make sure that you check out this video right here on how to improve your productivity even more.